We definitely don't want bubbles. We have enough bubbles in the room, right? Right. Wow, you guys, how are you? How are you? How are you? Welcome. I'm gonna see if Brandy, my moderator, comes on. Super Chats is on. Super Chats is on. We are a donation-based channel, so just FYI. And then let's see here. I'm reading something, you guys. I keep trying to figure out, you guys, what high vibrational crystal do I recommend to connect to the other side? I'm not going to talk about that today. And I think our ancestors, as long as they have, well, some have not, but some have. That's another topic. I don't want to touch on that today, but that's a good question. Do me a favor, you guys. 4. That's a good number for me. As you come into the room, hit the like button, the thumbs up button on the video. And also, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, do so by hitting the subscribe button and then the bell notification button, followed by the see all button. So I've got something really great. Let me grab a crystal to put in my hand real quick. I have one right behind me. I have crystals all around me. So I've got a really great topic today. And it's something I know a lot about. It's about self-sufficiency. It's about having integrity. It's about knowing you are strong enough to take care of yourself on your own and the gifts that the universe provides for you when you do so. So, someone once said something to me when I was very young. They said that I was meant to be a healer. Her name was Bet. She was actually a healer from Panama who I met while I was in Ohio. And thank you guys for the likes. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, hitting the bell notification and the see all. Her name was Bet, and she was a healer from Panama. I met her in Ohio. My mother met her after. My mom was a little bit kind of skittish of her because Bet was into a lot of weird things. She was into the vibration of water and changing the molecular structure to heal. She was into a lot of things that I know a lot about, but that my mom was unfamiliar with. So my mom she's Aries in Vedic, but she's actually a Cancerian in Western astrology. She's got a Leo moon. So, or something like that. Her placements are something like that. She's either got an Aries moon and she's got some Aries in her chart. So Aries are very protective, you know. So, but being a Cancerian, she was very subdued. But I could tell my mom didn't like this woman. But this woman saw in me a path that I was supposed to go to. And she did my chart. This was years ago. I'm talking 20 years ago. And she's like, you have a Scorpio North Node. You come from a Taurus South Node. Taurus is about religion and structure and conformity and all things boxed, right? She said, sometime when you are around this particular age, and she pointed the age I am now, you are going to go on a totally different path, but you're going to take your religious principles, and that is going to throw you in to a way of integrity that is beyond. And I've hit that. And it has been an experience of a lot of growth and a lot of change and a lot of seeing my own potential. And it has actually been the greatest gift I have ever been given. And I told her, I actually want to get the prayers she wrote for me. Hang on. Okay. So Bet was religious and spiritual. And these are laminated prayers that she wrote for me. Look, she wrote Andrea's victory, Andrea's abundance, protection. She said I would be someone who would need a lot of protection. My biggest enemy was not believing in my own ability to produce and care for myself. Yet I moved out of my mother's home when I was 17 years old. I've been on my own since I was 17. That's a very long time. I'm older than I look, so knock on wood. But one of the things in here was, your flesh shall be like a young child's, you shall return to the days of your youth. So she said I would be one of those forever young people. She said I would deal with a lot of jealousy in life because of my Nishaktra. And that's true. I have a Vishakta Nishaktra. Anyway, she said around this age, I would fall into a line of integrity, self-sufficiency, and wealth that would be beyond my capacity to understand. And she's right. I have created a membership platform for all of you that is under $200 a month, that if you are a female, even if you're a male, but especially if you're a female and you've been in any type of codependency, I don't care if you are a nail tech or an attorney, which I don't think an attorney would ever fall into codependency. An unsuccessful one, maybe. This is going to teach you how to get on your feet yourself. So right now, the back-end portal that we're moving into another portal consists of, some videos on how to heal yourself, some clarity videos. But what is going in there is amazing. What is going in there are some sound healing videos. It'll be of me playing singing bowls. There'll also be some videos to teach you how to stay stable while you cultivate your prosperity on your own. On your own, not with anyone else's help, on your own. I'm going to give you resources. This goes beyond LegalZoom. This goes beyond Squarespace websites. These are tools that are going to teach you how to cultivate wealth and prosperity and not be codependent. Now, when I say codependency, I come from a very a place of having experience in this. But experience in a different way than probably you who are going to enter into this membership program have. So my biggest gift in life, growing up, I was handed a brain that can remember things I read when I'm interested in them. So for example, I was interested in health. I remember everything about health. I'm like a walking encyclopedia. It's crazy. Like I can tell you the calorie, carb content of every single food. I can break down molecular structures of food. It's really quite nice, and sometimes a little crazy, and it drives people nuts. When I got into spirituality, same thing happened. The problem is that I am a quadruple water sign: Pisces, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, Scorpio, rising, Cancer in the 4th house, Scorpio, North Node, Scorpio, Saturn, Pisces, and Venus. I have a lot of water in my chart. So my intuition is vibrating very high, and the intellect and the intuition sometimes fight each other. So it's the greatest form of I'm not going to use the word like schizophrenia, but it's a form of the mind and the intuition not sometimes coming together to formulate things in an organized structure. It would be like if you took a Cancerian and a Virgo. A Virgo, they like everything neat and orderly and everything's lined up properly. And then you have a Cancerian who's kind of too much in their emotions. You know, it would be like polar opposites, right? The opposite of Pisces is Virgo, the sign of Virgo. So I have fallen into a structure recently of adopting a lot of Virgo principles to perfect my crafts. And growing up being extremely attractive, you have a lot of things handed to you without doing anything, without holding a man's hand, without having to be intimate with them, without anything. Houses, cars, whatever you want. It's handed to you like silver platter. Unfortunately, there are people in the world that feel that they need to give other people their karma. So I've had a lot of people see that and get jealous of it. Why does she's so lucky. Why did she get everything handed to her? Wah, 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 wah. Well, because I'm smart and I'm attractive. But I'm also smart and have 2 businesses that are successful and a big online following. So it is no one else's place, right, to put their opinions and their beliefs on what I should or should not have, what I do or do not deserve. So those of you who don't know, I basically went through an 8-year hacking situation from an ex who was insanely jealous of me, insanely. Every time I would climb up the ladder, he would latch on. It would be like a hot air balloon going up, 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 up. And he would latch on and pull it down. A lot of Aries in his chart, you know, very toxic, very, very toxic. So I was kind of tricked into even dating him in the first place. He was not my type at all. Very, you know, kind of drug addict type. And I have had to deal with this ongoing hacking situation. Recently, he attacked my SEO again after I'd paid thousands to have someone fix it. You know, just shelled out money again. I have dealt with this situation for a very long time. Well, what happened is I had another person come in my life that tried to repeat the pattern, and I caught it like that. So we won't get into how the FBI has both of their names, how they're in the system, how this is going to affect them. We don't want to talk about that because it's legal and I can't get into that. It's been over a year since I reported one of them and recently reported another. But that's a pattern. And it's a karmic pattern, and it's a pattern that would only be broken if I stood up, spoke out, and had divine intervention of people entering into my life that could help me get to the root of the problem. So while all of this was happening, I built 2 very strong businesses that were flattened by 2 creeps that didn't feel I deserved to climb to the top as quickly as I did. Thank you for the likes, you guys. So write in the comment section if you've ever had this happen to you. I'm getting to where I'm going in a second. So because a group of people felt that I didn't deserve what I had and were jealous or couldn't get near me because I was so into my work and so into, and you know, once they were out of my life, I was like, oh, thank God, and just moved on. And they wanted me to, I don't know, like give them some type of attention or something, which I don't know. If I don't give you attention in the first place, I'm not going to come back and give you attention, right? So this was the only way they could get close to me. So anyway, it's now a legal situation. It's actually federally, it is a crime to hack into anyone's stuff. Couple weeks ago, I go onto a Zoom conference, and one of them, their photo showed up as my Zoom photo. So immediately someone said, who helped you set up your Apple ID? Who helped you? And I was like, who helped me? Oh my God, it was my ex-boyfriend from like years and years ago that bought me my first Mac computer. So this person had been hacking me for years. Probably had an in to my email and things and left it open on one of their computers, what have you. So this is someone who destroyed 2 businesses. When I started this business 2 years ago, there were 3 months in a row where I made between 18 and 30,000 a month. This is someone who doesn't want to see anyone else prosper, but himself or whoever is under their foot, right? So it's been reported. It's now an FBI case. I've handed it over. There's a stack of things that have happened this tall, from YouTube hackings to SEO hackings to everything. Given the person more than enough time to step up, fix the problem, apologize, etc., it's going down. And when I say down, I mean shit is down, right? But in the process, something beautiful was born. And what was beautiful was my ability to stand tall throughout this and hold my head high, even in the worst moments where I couldn't even find my website on the internet, which just happened again. There was just another attack, right? So what I've been doing on my own is I've had this major thing that's going to end up into a big lawsuit. I've been keeping logs and 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 reporting and logs and more reporting and logs and more reporting and logs. And I've also been keeping my businesses above water as this person attacked my SEO, did this, did that. I have learned how to stand tall, stand strong, pay my bills, do everything, even when someone is trying to, quote, rough me up, so to speak. Now, I had a call with a FaceTime with my spiritual teacher, and she's from a different country, very, very enlightened. And even she said, you know, this is someone that feels like it's their life's duty to, quote, show you the ropes, roughing you up, etc. No. The karma that one receives from that is so incredibly negative. And she explained it to me, and I get that. But what this has done is it has birthed something that I feel is incredibly beautiful. And that's this this Manifesting Master members section that I've created. So this individual's already tried to get in that by making a purchase, etc. But we gave him the wrong, that's a whole nother story. We're pretty much covered. But the beauty of this members section is it's all the tools that I have learned and put in my toolbox to take care of myself through literally being attacked cyberly over and over and over again. We are currently in a pandemic, in case you didn't notice, and the vultures have come out to play. Now, what does that mean? Well, not only are there cyber vultures, but some of you have vultures in your personal life. Some of you are in situations where you are codependent on someone, where if they found someone else and decided they wanted to walk away from you, you wouldn't have the money to pay your bills. You wouldn't have the money to pay your rent or your mortgage. You wouldn't have the money to feed your kids. You wouldn't have the money to keep your light bill on. If that's you, you need to spend the money to get in this group. Because I'm going to teach you how to keep your light bill on, and I'm going to teach you how to live beautifully and cultivate prosperity from whatever you do for work. I'm going to give you a prime example. Right now, like, look at my nails. They look beautiful. All nail salons are closed, right? I've become the master of doing my own nails. There are a ton of nail techs that have a great opportunity to bank right now. Bank. If I was a nail tech in a pandemic, I would be multi-billionaire right now. There is a huge opportunity for nail techs right now. Not so much hairdressers, because that's something that has to be, that's hands-on. But there is a huge opportunity for nail techs to sell certain things. There is a huge opportunity in the tech industry. There is a huge opportunity for healers. There is a huge opportunity for yoga instructors. There are huge opportunities out there right now. Huge. And you guys aren't taking advantage of them. I'm going to teach you that. And throughout the process, I'm also going to teach you how to heal. Heal your chakras to keep your vibration clear, to keep your mind clear, how to feed your body to keep your body clear. Those of you who don't know, there's a second YouTube channel, Andrea Cox TV. I have over 600 raw vegan recipe and elixir tonic videos on there that you can get for free. So start doing that now. I'm also going to teach you how to heal your heart, because a lot of you are so focused on some old shit that happened last year or the year before or the year before that. And look, there's a big difference when you're focused on something like a broken heart, when you really need to be making money, and when you put a little energy to throw someone in jail that's been hacking you. That has to stop. So, I mean, I have no choice now but, to start like report, like tenfold. But there's a difference. Like, some of you all are holding on to a heartache from like 3 years ago, and you're not living your highest good. You're not doing what you're put here to do. Some of you, your person, you're focused on a female or what have you that has already moved on and has 7 kids with someone else, or a male who has like 12. You need to let that shit go. You need to move forward in life. There was one time in my life that I held on to someone. And it was, I've been in an 11-year relationship, and then I was single and celibate for 7 years. Then I had that shit show little 6-month whatever of someone who creeped his way in. Got rid of that, thank God, karmic gone. And then I entered into a 5-year beautiful relationship with a lot of karma attached, where we were learning lessons from each other, and it was very difficult for us both. But there was love there, at least on my end. There was a lot of love there. I think on his end too. And I held on and held on. That someone called me. I held on to that for quite a while, and finally was able to release it with so much gratitude and love. Why? Because that person taught me how to recognize someone's childhood patterns and wounds that they still had to heal. But also, he taught me that I was worth like meeting someone's family right away and putting up on a pedestal, being put on a pedestal, and I mean, treated well, And I think he learned that he was worth someone being loyal to him. Because I'm a very loyal person, and I don't think he had that. So we come together and rub up against each other to learn, right, from one another. I've had other partners where I taught them that, they needed to juice instead of doing, a shit show smoothie, that clogs them up. I've had other partners that, needed to be slapped into place because they were abusing engineering power and attacking people on the internet. I'll tell you what, someone straightens up really quick, really, really, really quick when they get a phone call from the local police or the FBI showing up at their door. Someone will straighten up. Someone straightens up really quick when you communicate with their boss about what you think is going on. So, and victory today. I want to share with you guys my victory today. So I have authored for Your Tango. This sounds like it's all about me. Well, maybe it is today, and it's my channel, so I can talk about myself when I want. I have been published by Huffington Post, Your Tango, The Good Men Project, several times. The hacker had even went so far to contact Huffington Post, tell them I wasn't the real author of an article, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, that got reversed today. So if you go to AndreaCox.com or the Detox Intuitive, you click on media, you page down, you hit the Huffington Post articles, they're back up under my name. Another victory for me. So another victory is a beautiful set of singing bowls that someone saw that I was very deserving of having, because I had another set that had been stolen out of my trunk. And those were gifted to me recently, and that makes me feel really good in my heart. And actually my sister did that, and that's beautiful. And I didn't even really ask her for them. I sent her a joke video about Kim Kardashian fighting with her sister, because I have two sisters and I used to separate them when they fought. And I was like, I deserve something for this because I used to separate you guys all the time. And she instantly texted back. I feel so blessed right now. I feel so incredibly fulfilled and blessed. It goes beyond my two businesses. It goes beyond my beautiful home I live in, which I really kind of want to move now. Just because it's time. We're in a new cycle and I'm ready for a new area. It goes, I don't go to the beach anymore, hardly. I went 2 days ago, but I just feel really called to more expansive place. A lot of light workers are moving to Sedona, etc. Anyway, I'm going to put this Manifesting Master link at the very top of the description box, and I want you all to become members. I want 100 members by the end of the month. That's all. I want to keep it small. And I am going to start uploading. First of all, you get all the extended readings. There's another membership where you get all 12 extended readings for $97. We have a few people in that, so you can check that out. You get all extended readings in the Manifesting Master program every month. The only reading I haven't put up is Libra, and it's because it's so harsh. I think I'm actually going to put the Libra reading in the back end because it is so harsh. I don't want to put it out here. But you get all extended readings. You get all the sound healing videos. You get I'm trying to read that person's comment. Sorry, I can't read your comment. Someone said, sorry, I can't read comments right now. Someone asked about my experience in relationships. Well, like I said, I had an 11-year relationship where we built a house together and lived together and everything. He was a Leo. I do really well with Leos. And then I had a 7-year bout of celibacy where I found the Lord and I became really religious. And then I moved to California and I met a very toxic karmic partner who had a lot of control issues. That's the person who just hacked me for about the 20th time. What he can't control and still has an eye for, he will try to control on the net. It's a very Aries, not an Aries trait, but it's a very psychosis trait. It's a very drug addicted, kind of trailer park trash trait. And then I got rid of that, spent 2 years healing my childhood traumas because I didn't want to attract that type of toxicity anymore. And then I got into a 5-year relationship with a Gemini, had to learn those air sign, rules of in and out and all that. And it was, it was beautiful at times, not so beautiful at others. And there was a lot of passion. And I've had, I don't want to say if I'm single or in a relationship right now because I'm keeping all of that very quiet. But I've had some very loving soulmates since then. Very loving soulmates that I'm connected to. And I have a lot of good people in my life. And when I say good people, I mean solid, grounded people that I know I can count on. Or, I just called to say I love you, right? So, I'm just super happy. So whoever asked, whatever you asked, I hope that answers your question. At any rate, I'm going to put this link at the top and I'm going to continue. I'm going to break it down to series where you get the videos on how to build your business, where there's an interactive forum where you guys can actually ask the questions you need to ask. And I hope to see mostly women in here because I think women are the ones who really need this the most. If you're a codependent man, so be it. I'm sure there's some codependent men out there. But especially if you're in a loveless relationship or you're in a relationship that if this dude decides to drop you, you are flattened. You're not in a karmic situation when you go through a parting of ways and the person still wants to help you without controlling you, right? So the 5-year relationship I was in, as we parted ways, there was, it was a shit show, but again, intervened by this person at a distance that was emailing, writing letters to my partner. It was toxic as hell, but we don't even want to go there. But that partner helped me, as we parted ways. And I think I helped him by sending him positive energy. So that's when you know that there is real love between two people and real kind energy exchange between the two of you. Right? I'm going to put this link at the top of this video. I'll upload a shortened version of the Libra video later, and I'm going to come back later and do a pick a card reading. So I don't know. Depends on if this video gets 100 likes and you share it or something on your Facebook page or whatever, then maybe I'll come back and do a pick a card. I think it's time for us to do that. But I hope you are all doing well, and I love each and every one of you. Be well.